Okay, good morning, children. Please wait. Let more children join. We'll start. So please open page number 15 of your Beehive. This poem is already taught. Beehive page number 15. You please open. This poem is already taught. We are giving a revision class. Okay. So okay, let others join. We will start the class. So it is also a symbolic poem. Why? What is symbol? Symbol means it does not say anything itself. इसमें आ रहा है। सारे इसमें So symbol means it itself has no meaning, but it conveys many things. For example, red. Red is the symbol of danger. White is the symbol of peace. Similarly, it is a symbolic poem. So, physically speaking, the poem is a easy poem. So, the road not taken means the road refers to the choices in life. So, once what happened? The poet was going in the forest. So, he reached at a point where he came across two roads. The roads were diverged. Diverged means separately, they were separated in two long directions. So he took one. So after many years, he recollects it and thinks that he has done the right thing. Similarly, in our life, we come across many choices. So always we go for the best choice. But we should not regret afterwards. We should not think I have done the wrong. Suppose you wanted to be a doctor or an engineer. You cannot be both. So either you have to be a doctor or an engineer. Either you have to read science or arts. Either you have to read commerce or science. Like this, you have to take a decision. So life is full of decisions. One has to decide in which direction one wants to go. So the poet, this is a Robert Frost is a poet of nature. He is called the Wordsworth of America because you know in England there is a poet called Wordsworth who is a nature poet. So Robert Frost also is a nature poet, but he was writing poems in America. So he is called Wordsworth of. So you want to do this or you want to do that. That depends on you. Always you make the choice, but don't regret afterwards. You should not regret. This is the philosophy of life. One should not look back. One should not regret. Okay. Periodic test. I have not brought the question paper. Please give the question. I will give the answer. Actually, there is some problem with the downloading, so we have not corrected. Keep the hard copies. If 21st school is opening, we will ask you to bring. Okay. Because the downloading problem is there. Our computer is not able to download. We have not got the papers. Okay. So whatever I downloaded, I could correct. So this Robert Frost is an American poet who writes simply, but it is a symbolic poem. The poem has some symbolic meaning. Okay. Now let me read the poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one travelled, long I stood, and I looked down as far as I could, to where I went in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that the passing there had wondered really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, edges and edges hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost. So the poet was walking in the woods, and in the middle of the forest, he came across two roads. So he took one road and went in that road. So years later, the poet recollects the incident and thinks what would have happened if I would have taken the another road. So that would have made all the difference. Similarly, in the journey of life, we always take one road. We cannot take both the roads. We cannot be a doctor and an engineer at the same time. We have to be either doctor or engineer. Follow? So it is about making a journey in life. So whatever you will choose, that will save your life. Whatever you will choose, that will save your life. So this is the poem is all about. Now let us go stanza by stanza. So let me go line by line. Please open page number 15, children. Two roads diverged in a load. Diverged means separated. Separated and took a different direction. Diverged. So two roads diverged in a load. Why a load? Because it is autumn. So it was autumn season, and the poet was walking in the woods. He came across two roads. The roads were diverged, means separated and went into different directions. These are the two roads. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Wood means the forest. It was yellow because you know in autumn the leaves become turned yellow, and the trees they shed their leaves in autumn. So autumn is called yellow. There the fruits will appear in autumn. So in autumn the foliage or the forest around us, it assumes yellow color. And sorry I could not travel both. The poet is feeling sorry. Why? He cannot go through both the roads. He cannot go through both the roads. One road only he has to go. So the poet was physically speaking. The poet was walking in a forest. He came across two roads. So the two roads went into different directions, and one road he has taken. Similarly, in the journey of life, the poet has taken one road only. He could not take both the roads. Okay. And being one traveler long I stood. So he became a traveler in that road. Which road? The road he has taken. So the poet is telling that he, while walking in the forest, he came across two roads and he took one road and left the another. So similarly, in the journey of life, you will have various choices, but only one choice you have to make. Okay, and looked down as far as I could to where I bent the undergrowth. So he bent means gone down. Undergrowth means dense growth of plants and bushes. So if he bends and looks down, the roads have gone in different directions, being separated. Diverged means separated and gone into different directions. So the bent means it is down in the undergrowth. If you are in a valley, two roads are there. The roads are going in opposite directions, and you are able to visualize them. That is the poet's feeling. And looked down as far as I could to where I went in the undergrowth. So in the undergrowth means down the valley. He saw the roads were going in opposite directions. Okay. Then took the other just as fair. As fair means the other was also as good as the first one. That was also equally good, like the first road. The poet is telling that I have taken a road, so the road was also as good as the first road. Then took the other. He did not take the first road, he took the second. The second road was also as good as the first road. And having perhaps the better claim. And it was also not good, it was better. It was claiming better. Means there was justification for taking the second road for the poet. So why did he take the second road? There were some justifications for him. And having perhaps a better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Grassy means full of grass. So the poet has not taken the first road, he has taken the second road and he is giving the justification for it. What is the justification? The justification is that it wanted where? Means it wanted that the road wanted somebody should go in that road. So, and it was full of grass. That's why it was called grassy, full of grass. So, having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as far that the passing there had worn them really the same. Worn means okay. So if there is grass, nobody has walked, the grass is there. But if people start walking, what will happen? The grass also will be worn out. Worn out means used and tired also. It may be used tired, exhausted, or completed in that sense always. Okay. So worn out. So he is telling that the road also became worn out because nobody has gone in that road. But complicated means it is difficult. Difficult, complicated. Very good. Manali is correct. Okay. Had worn them really the same. So why did he prefer that road? The road was wanting where? It was full of grass. That's why he has taken that road. But he is telling that the road also became worn out, perhaps after due use. Suppose a thing is not used, it will look nice. But once you use it, it will be very difficult. It will be also worn out and old one. Okay. Had worn them really about the same, and both the morning equally late. So the both the roads were equally beautiful. Suppose in life you want to be a doctor or you want to be an engineer. If it is you want to be a doctor, it is nice. If you want to be an engineer, also life is nice. It leaves no step had trodden. Trod means trodden. Trod means to walk. Trodden. Walk. Trod, trodden. So trod means walk. Okay. So he is telling that the road was also no step had trodden black. So because the road is not black, why many people have not gone in that road. So when the poet had chosen the road, he was confident, I have made the right choice because it was full of grass. Yes. Not very many parts, but complicated means difficult to understand. He is a complicated person. You can say he is a complicated boy. Means he is difficult to study. What kind of boy is he? It is difficult to know. So in that sense, we must understand complicated. Okay. So, oh, I kept the thirst for another day. So the poet is making a regret. So I should not have gone in that road. I would have kept the road for another day. But he went in that road. Okay. I doubted if I should ever come back because it is one-way traffic. If you go and choose one road, if you go and choose one career, it is difficult to look back. It is difficult to go back. So, oh, I kept the first for another day. The poet is assuming that perhaps it would have been better if I would have kept the first road for another day. I should not have taken that road. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So he knew the road is going already, but he doubts he cannot come back. One cannot come back in life. One cannot come back. Whatever you decided, that is your first and final choice. You cannot return back. You cannot change your decision. Come back means change your decision. Come back means to change decision. To change decision. It is called coming back. Means the poet is telling math is very difficult. You can say math is a complicated subject. Maths is a complicated subject, you can say. So, I shall be telling with a sigh. Sigh means deep breath. Why means when we are sorry. S-I-G-H. Deep inhale. He is deeply inhaling means he feels regret. In the last stanza, the poet is having the regret. Perhaps his life would have been better if he would have taken that road. He is thinking like this. Perhaps his life would have been better if he would have taken that road. He is telling. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere edges and edges hence. Edges and edges refers to the past time. Because he now recollects the past. So at present he is not going in the woods. Long back he had gone and taken the choice. Okay, long back he has gone and taken the choice. I shall be telling this with a sigh. With a sigh means it shows his sense of regret. Sense of regret. The poet is regretting, feeling sorry that I should have taken the other road. Means I should have taken another career in life. Somewhere edges and edges hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by. So he has taken one road. Why? Because less people has gone in that road. Less travelled by means less people have travelled in that road. That is also a choice. See, generally what we do? We do not do what others are doing. We want to do it differently. We want to do it different from others. That's why we always take the better choice. So three reasons are mentioned by the poet for taking the other road. One is it was grassy, it was full of grass. Number two, it was not worn out, and it was high, somewhere edges and edges hands. Two roads diverted the road, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So he would have been a doctor, or an architect, or an engineer, but he became a poet. He became a poet. So he is telling that perhaps I have taken this road, and that had made all the difference in my life. Okay. So again I am telling the poem stanza wise, you please see. So in the first stanza, two roads diverted in a yellow wood. The wood is referred as yellow. Why? It is autumn season. So in life also, life can be divided as spring and autumn. Autumn means old age, symbolically. Symbolically, autumn is old age. So similarly, in autumn what happens? The leaves, they become yellow in color. Okay. So similarly, the poet was going in the forest in a autumn season because the woods are called yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. So there were two roads, but it did not travel both the roads. And we one traveled long I stood. I looked down as once I could. So by standing in the divergence, he looked at both the roads thinkingly and to bend the undergrowth. So the roads have gone in the undergrowth down the valley and separated from each other. Okay. Okay. So the poet is feeling sorry that he did not travel both the roads. He only traveled one road. So he was a traveler, alone traveler in that road. Then second stanza, then took the other just as fair. So he has taken the other road. The other road was as good as the first road, and having perhaps the better claim, but it was also better. So why it was better? The poet is giving a justification. Because it was grassy. Grassy means full of grass. So the poet gives the justification for taking the second road. It was grassy, full of grass. So perhaps because of that reason, he has taken the second road. And wanted where? Wanted where means nobody has gone in that road. The road was not worn out. It wanted where means in the green grass. It invited people to walk so that the grass will be worn out. So, though as far as that passing there had warned them really about the same. So what happened when many people passed in that road also became like the first road. Why? The grass became worn out like the first road. So in the first road, the grand conclusion means that is the final ending. Conclusion. I have reached a conclusion means I have reached a decision. Decision you can tell, or ending you can tell. Okay. After considering all the aspects, you are coming to a conclusion means. Why are you asking all these questions? I came to a conclusion that he is a bad boy. Means I analyzed it and came to the decision. Taking decision also conclusion will be used. I concluded, it can be used in verb. So don't ask other than the text we are reading. Any meaning, anything if you want to know, please ask from the text. Whatever we are reading now. We can use conclusion for a decision or for the ending point. I concluded that he is a bad boy. Means I came to a decision that he is a bad boy. We can use. We came to a conclusion. India and China came to a conclusion about war. Means they decided whether they will fight or they will be friends. India and China came to a conclusion, means they came to a decision, you can tell. Okay, so both in that morning equally lay, means both roads were laying open for him, and leaves no step had trodden back. So it was full of leaves in the morning because nobody has gone. Trod means to walk. Trodden is the past participle. So nobody has walked in that road. Oh, I kept the first for another day. The poet is regretting that instead of taking the first road, I would have kept the first road for another day. Yet knowing how many leads on the way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So he suspected that coming back is difficult now. Once you decided something in life, it is difficult to come back. You should not regret. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Sigh means deep inhalation, deep breath. Why? Because he cannot come back. He cannot change his decision. Somewhere edges and edges hints means it was long bygone days, long ago. He has taken the decision and he is going in that road. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. So he took the road. Okay, he took the road. Why? Less people have traveled in that road, and that has made all the difference. So in life, whatever he could be, he could become because of the second road which he had taken. Now, thinking about the poem we will do, please open page number 16. Page number 16, you please open. Okay. So textual questions you will see. Only answers I will write down. Answer 1. So the question asks, where does the traveler find himself? What problem does he face? The traveler finds himself or found himself. The traveler found himself at a place where two roads diverge in different directions. Different, we call it direction, we call it direction also. Directions. So, the traveler found himself at a place where two roads diverge in different directions. Okay. Then you see second one. What problem does he face? He could not decide which way to go. So he reached at a point where two roads were diverged in different directions. He could not decide which way to go. So answer was very clear. I have sent the photo also to check. Okay. Because blackboard enough space is not there, we have to write and drop like this. What to do? So answer 2. This is question number answer 2. One we have written. This is 2. 2-bit 1. So what do you mean by it is asked allowed? Refers to filed. Filed means the email. Filed has turned yellow. As it is autumn season. So refers to the file has turned yellow because of autumn season. Because it is autumn, I told symbolically it is his old age. Symbolically, but physically speaking, it is autumn age. Autumn, because it is autumn season, the leaves have become yellow. Means the road was overgrown with grass and not used. The road was overgrown with grass and not used. So wanted where means covered with grass and not used. Very good, Manad. Hard one. People passing that way. People passing that way. People passing that way. Fourth one. No one has gone. In that road. So it was grassy Earlier, no one has trodden back. So nobody has gone in that road, so it was not trodden back. You can write. Please write down. Okay. So, this we have written. However, that leads on to way means that road is leading another way. It means number 5. Everywhere leads to some other way. Everywhere leads to some other way. This is the meaning. There is little possibility of once coming in that way. So once you have chosen a way, there is no coming back. The poet tells once you have chosen a way, there is no point in coming back. It shows certain decisions which are unpredictable. Unpredictable means which we would not have taken. So we choose. We choose certain decisions and it is unpredictable, but we cannot have the point of return. We cannot turn back. Okay? Everywhere leads to some other way. There is a little possibility of once coming in that way. Because once a decision is taken in life, it cannot be reversed. You cannot change the decision. So it is unpredictable in the sense that before making the decision it is unpredictable. But once we have taken the decision, we cannot look back. We cannot turn back. Follow? Please write down. Okay, next question. Is there any difference in stanza 2 and 3 in the last two lines of the poem? So in stanza 2 and 3 you see number 1, it tells 2 and 3 you see children. The two roads diverged in a wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it went to the undergrowth, then took the just another, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as far as their passing there had won them really about the same. It tells that both roads were equally good. Stanza 2 and 3 tells both roads were equally good. Okay, write down. Stanza in number 3, beat 1. Question number 3, beat 1, you refer children. It tells that both roads were equally good. Both roads were equally good. Then, in the last two lines of the poem, so it gives a justification that why the poet has taken the first road. It tells that because he has taken the first road. Why? Because less people have gone in that road. So in the last two lines, the poet is giving a justification for choosing the first one. Why did he choose the first one? Because less people have traveled in that road. In the last two lines, he tells the reason. The reason why he traveled in the road. Because you see the line, I took the one less traveled by. It means that because less people have gone in that road, he has chosen the road. So what do you mean by last two lines of the poem mean? You are correct. In the last lines he had said the difference between the roads. And why did he choose them? Correct. So in the last two lines lies the philosophy of the poem. So it shows the importance of making a choice in one's life. Always we go for reasons for making the choice. And always once a choice is made, we always regret. But that is not good. We should always make the right choice and we should not regret afterwards. You know, choice is like a journey. Suppose in the journey you may go to Calcutta, you may go to Madras, but your destination should be one. Where you want to go, you should go there only. So, if the poet regrets his choice or accepts it, he accepts it. He makes a regret in the stanza 3. Oh, I kept the first for another day. It shows a sense of regret. But really he is not regretting. He is confident that he has made the right choice. Have you ever made a difficult choice? Do you think you will have difficult choice to make? How will you make the choice for that? So you see children, this is your own. That in the life one has to make choices in every field. In every field you have to make the choice. Either choosing a career or making a lifestyle, or even if you go to a market, pen if you want to buy also you have to make a choice. Always you have to make a choice and stick to your choice, irrespective of the difficulties. There may be difficulty on the road, you should not waver. You should not waver in between, you have to stick to your choice. After you have made a choice, you always think about what might have been, or do you accept the reality? That is your own. We accept the reality or we regret. We regret the choice. Why I made the choice? I will tell that why I became a teacher. I should have been a scientist or a police inspector, something like that. But now it is not possible. I cannot change my life. Similarly, you cannot, once you made a choice, you cannot change your life. You have to stick to your choice. Okay. So any doubt is there, you please post. So below Jawaharlal Nehru quotation is any time is not measured by the passing of years, but by what one does, what one feels and what one achieves. That is called time. Your time is not the hours, minutes, years. Time is your achievements. Similarly, in the life, whatever decision we make, the decision is your own, and you should stick to that till the end. You should not waver in between. No doubt, we have to accept the reality. Reality means the truth. Okay, so word meanings you write, and about the poem also you write. And Wordsworth, as I told you, is a poet of nature in England, and Robert Frost is Wordsworth of America. All his poems are about nature, but they have a message also. There is a hidden message. In very simple words, he gives the message that this is life, you have to accept it. You have to accept the life. Okay, as it is. Once we make a choice, we should not regret life. We should stick to our choice. Okay. Okay, any other doubt is there, you please text now. Now you can ask questions. No doubt. Understood. This is a symbolic poem. Why it is symbolic? Because the poem has a hidden meaning, so it is symbolic. It is a symbolic poem. Because the roads in the forest, it is symbolic of the choices in life. You do editing. I have not brought the question paper. You just you keep the copy. You will it may happen on 21st. You will be coming to school. So bring the copies with you. If meanwhile it is not downloaded, we will collect from you and correct and send the mark list also. Okay, no doubt. You keep the copy carefully. Don't throw it. Don't throw it. Keep the divergence. Divergence means it can be used. There is a divergence of roads. Diverge means spread in different ways. Separated and spread. Two meanings are coming. There is a point from which two roads are coming. That is called diverge. Separated, spread also for long. Okay. So the summary of the poem you try to write. It is a small poem. You can write a small delightful poem. It will be told, don't worry. But you will be given message. You will be given message in your group. So we made the group for that purpose only. Okay, don't worry. I know you are anxious to come to school. Okay. You are bored sitting at home. So this is a simple poem in simple language, but it has a hidden meaning. Anybody, when you go to the forest, you will also see many roads like the poet, but we will not have any idea. Why? We are ordinary people. He is a great poet, so he could have the idea. So it is a everyday common experience of everybody, but because being a poet, he is able to present it beautifully. Who is that tiger girl? Who is that? I want to know. Who is writing as tiger girl? Ah, very good, very good. Ritika almost correct. Everybody is excited to come to school, but you see, government has to decide and give us permission. Ah, yes, yes. Not written perfectly, one or two other answers all correct. Grammar and reading and writing. Notice also in form and content you have written properly. So, just you see, again I am reading the poem Two Roads Diverge because you know, poems that is meant for enjoyment. Prose is for knowledge, poetry is for enjoyment, it is true. So, if you recite the poem often also, there is a pleasure. You will get some pleasure. Okay, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and few one traveler long I stood. So he was a lone traveler in that road. You see, the more you read the poem, more meanings of the poem will be opened before you. You should visualize. Visualize means in your mind. You should think also, I am the poet, or I am the person of the poem. I am going in a forest. I have come to a place where two roads are diverging in different opposite directions. And we one travelled along I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where I bent in the undergrowth. So standing alone, I looked at the undergrowth by bending, and I could see the roads spread before me in two opposite directions. Then took the other. So he did not take the first road. Who took the second road? Equally late, just as fair. It was also better like the first road, and having perhaps a better claim. It may be better. It why he has chosen it. So because it was grassy. Grassy means full of grass and wanted wear. Because nobody has gone in that way, it wanted wear. Though as for the passing there, he had warned them really about the same. If more people had passed in that road, it would have been worn out like the first road. Clear? And both in that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Because the roads are full of leaves. Why? Nobody has gone. Trod means to walk. Trodden means past participle of walking. So nobody has walked in that road, and that's why both roads were equally full of leaves. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how a leads on to way, I doubted if I should come back. So once we make the choice, yes, correct, Manali, prove also, it is fair because it will look neat. In exam, no, if you make a box and write, no, it will look neat. You will feel better. Otherwise, writing neatly, your letters will go here and there, and form you may not be able to maintain the form. Okay. So, how many leads on to we are doubted? So, once taken that road, there is no looking back. You cannot come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. So, in the last, he tells with a sigh means with a deep breath means he might have regretted the decision for taking that road. Somewhere edges and edges hands, two roads diverged in route. So it is for everybody. Everybody will have to take a decision in life, and I took the one less traveled by, and that made all the difference. So he is a poet now. That made all the difference. He would have become something else in life. But he preferred to be a poet because he has chosen it himself. Okay. Now any other doubt is there, you can text. Still time is there. At 8:40 your second period will start. What is your second period? Science. Okay. Okay, prepare science. Still 5 minutes are there. No doubt, very good. Please note down the question answer. These are all repeated chapters, I think. These are all repeated chapters. Okay. Poetry, no, by reading the poetry you get some pleasure, and every poem has a hidden meaning. Symbolic. It is a simple poem having a symbolic meaning about choices in life. All of us make choices and regret afterwards. The poet is also like us. He is regretting the choice, but again makes it up his mind that I should not regret because I have taken the decision. And he gives justification for taking the decision also. That's why no doubt. Okay, children, have a nice day. Okay, have a nice day, children.